Very good morning to everyone. In this lecture, WE 8451 Linear Integrated Circuits and Applications. Unit 5 Applications ICs. In previous lecture, we are discussing the various voltage regulators and also switching regulators and the function generator are discussed. Now, today we are going to discuss the topic switched mode power supply SMPS. First of all, why you want go to the SMPS switched mode power supply? The LPS. So that disadvantages of LPS low power supply such as lower efficiency. The need for large value of capacitors to reduce their ripples and heavy and costly in transformer etc. are overcome by the implementation of switched mode power supplies. The working of SMPS is simply understood by knowing the transistor used in lower power supply is used to control the voltage drop, while the transistor in SMPS is used as a controlled switch. Now, how it is work? So this is a working principle of the circuit diagram of SMPS. The first stage is a input stage. So the AC input supply 50 Hz is given directly to the rectifier and filter circuit combination without using any transformer. This output will have many variations and the capacitance value of the capacitor should be higher to handle the input fluctuations. This unregulated DC is given to the central switching section of the SMPS. So the switching section, what about the function we are going to in this switching section? A fast switching device such as power transistor or a MOSFET is employed in this section, which switches on and off according to the variations, and this output is given to the primary of the transformer present in this section. The transformer used here are much smaller or lighter. Once unlike the ones used for 60 Hz. So these are much efficient and hence the power conversion ratio is high. So we can understand the transformer used much smaller or and high and lighter. Smaller and lighter ones unlike the used for 60 Hz supply. So these are the efficient and power conversion ratio is higher. Now what about the output stage? The output rectified and filtered stage. The output signal from the switching section is again rectified and filtered to get the required DC voltage. This is a regulated power output voltage, which is then given to the control circuit, which is a feedback circuit. The final output is obtained after considering the feedback signal. Now, what are the control unit? The control unit or circuit is the feedback circuit which has many sections. Let us have a clear understanding about this form. The following figure we can see the control unit. Now we can discuss the control unit another slide. So here the feedback circuit which has many sections. What about the sections? So in this figure, the inner part of the control unit, the output sensor sends the signal and join into the control unit. The signal is isolated from other section so that any sudden spikes should not affect the circuitry. A reference voltage is given as one input along with the signal to error amplifier, which is comparator that compare the signal with the required signal level. Okay, we can understand the signal is isolated from the other section so that any sudden spikes should not affect the circuit, because a reference voltage is given as a one input along with the signal to error amplifier, which is a comparator that compare the signal with the required signal level. And then by controlling the chopping frequency, the final voltage level is maintained. This controlled by comparing the input to the given error amplifier, whose output help to decide whether to increase or decrease the chopping frequency. The pulse width modulation oscillator PWM oscillator produce a standard pulse width modulation wave fixed frequency. So the controlling the chopping frequency, the final voltage level is maintained. This is controlled by comparing the input given to the error amplifier, whose output help to decide whether to increase or decrease the chopping frequency. The PWM oscillator produces a standard PWM fixed frequency. Now we are moved to the block diagram of SMPS, switched mode power supply. This is a functional block diagram of SMPS. The SMPS is mostly used where switching of voltage is not at all problem and where efficiency of the system really matter. There are few points which are to be noted regarding the SMPS. They are: the SMPS circuit is operated by switching and hence the voltage vary continuously. And then the switching device is operated in saturation or cutoff mode region. So there are operating the two only for two mode of operation, saturation mode, another or cutoff mode. The output voltage. The output voltage is controlled by the switching time of the feedback circuit, and the switching time is adjusted by adjusting the duty cycle. So the efficiency of SMPS is high because instead of dissipating excess power as heat, it continuously switches its input to control the output. So these are the operated by switching in various voltage in vary continuously. So this is a few points of regarding the SMPS. Now let us move to the advantages, advantages and disadvantages. First, we discuss the disadvantages of SMPS. There are few disadvantages in SMPS, such as the noise is present due to high frequency switching, and the circuit is little complex, and it produce electromagnetic interference. What are the electromagnetic interference? It is a fluctuation in the cable, fluctuation in the environment, fluctuation in the devices or components, so any other. So the interference due to the unwanted redundant noises are occurred in the hardware or signal. Now what are the advantages of SMPS? The advantages of SMPS include the efficiency is high as 80% to 90%, less heat generation and less power wastage, reduced harmonic feedback into the supply mains, and the device is compact and small in size, and also the manufacturing cost is reduced, provision for providing the required number of voltages. Now what are the applications? There are so many applications of SMPS. They are used in the motherboard of computer, mobile phone charger, and high voltage DC measurement, battery chargers, and it is mainly used for central power distribution, motor vehicle, and consumer electronics appliance, laptop, security system, space station, etc. Now what are the different types of SMPS circuits? The SMPS is switched mode power supply, which is designed for obtaining the regulated DC output voltage from an unregulated DC or AC voltage. So there are four main types of SMPS are there. Number one, DC to DC converter, AC to DC converter, flyback converter, forward converter. The AC to DC conversion part in the input section make the difference between the AC to DC converter and DC to DC converter. The flyback converter is used for low power applications. It also there are bulk converter and boost converter in SMPS types, which decreases or increases the output voltage depending on the equipment requirements. The other type of SMPS including self-oscillating flyback converter, bulk boost converter, bulk spike, etc. So in this session we are completely discussed the SMPS and what are the control units and what are the input and output sections, how to working principle, and also the discuss the functional block diagram of SMPS and what are the advantages and disadvantages and applications, and also we discuss the types of SMPS. Thank you for watching this video.